The following is a Broncos Broadcast Network production.
Good morning, and welcome back, Broncos. It's the first day of the 2025-2026 school year, and welcome to the Broncos Broadcasting Network. I'm Elias.
And I'm Victoria. On today's broadcast, we will help you find your way around campus.
And we look back at last year's Teacher and School-Related Employee of the Year. BBN News begins now. Today is Monday, August 11th. If today is your birthday, you're born on National Mountain Day. You share a birthday with Chris Hemsworth, and on this day in history back in 1929, New York Yankees slugger Babe Ruth became the first player to ever hit 500 home runs in a career. If today is your birthday, happy birthday.
Attention, those who are interested in auditioning for the dance company, their auditions will take place on Thursday in the dance studio. Please see Ms. MJ with any questions.
Auditions for the fall play will begin next week. Please see Mr. HD with any questions.
For new students and even returning veterans, find your way around campus can be difficult. Ashley has more information on how you can find your way around campus.
The new year is here, and we're here to help the new guys find their way around. There are a few key points you'll need to understand when trying to find your way around the school. The first major point is the building numbers. Building 1 is likely where you'll be spending most of your time. This is the school's largest and most obvious building. Most of the core classes and some electives you'll take will be found here. You'll also find the main office, nurse's office, and guidance counselors and library. Building 2 will probably be the favorite of most students. Here you'll find the gymnasium, cafeteria, culinary classes, and fashion lab. Building 3 is where our artists can find their passion. Here we have our theater classes like acting and theater tech. You can also find orchestra, band, and chorus. And finally, here you can also find classes like ceramics, 2D, and 3D art. Another building you should know but might not see often is Building 4. This is our agriculture building. Here, you'll learn about agricultural practices as well as work in our greenhouse. Behind the school, you'll find all of our athletic fields. There, you'll find our football and soccer fields, tennis courts, baseball and softball fields. So now that you know where everything is, you'll need to know how to read the area. Each building has its rooms organized by a series of numbers and letters. For example, if you were looking for room 01231A, the first number, 01, tells you what building you should be heading to. In this instance, you'd be looking for building 1. If you were to read 02, you should be heading to building 2 instead. The numbers after the dash will break the room into more specific locations. The 2 in 231 indicates the room is on the second floor. The next two numbers are the label for what we call the pods. The pods are the hallways within the main halls where you'll find the classrooms. And finally, the letter at the end indicates the room within the pod. This is important because all the other rooms in the pod will share the same numbers, but only the room you're looking for will have that letter. You'll also be likely to notice some people referring to the A, B, and C side of the main building. When remembering which side of the school is which, you want to think about if you were to look at the main building from the front as if you were about to enter the main office. The side of the school towards the cafeteria and student parking is the A side. The middle of the school is the B side, and the side across from the arts building and towards the bus loop is the C side. This is just about all you need to know to find your way around the school. But if you're ever lost or need help, don't be afraid to ask staff around the school or your peers for help. This is Ashley Ramirez signing off for the Broncos Broadcasting Network.
Today's SAT word of the day is impending, meaning approaching or about to happen. They prepared for the impending storm by boarding up the windows.
There are many staff members at Davenport High School who help make your 4 years here the best it can be. Wyatt has more information on last year's Teacher of the Year.
Now he is our math coach, and he is rocking it in math.
Today, we're shining a spotlight on someone who's made a big impact in our school community. Mr. DeSimone, our Teacher of the Year. His passion, dedication, and connection with the students have truly stood out. Let's hear more about his journey and what an honor this means to him.
Well, I was definitely surprised. It never was really a goal of mine that I set out in my career to become Teacher of the Year, but then you start reflecting on your career and kind of every moment that led to that. The difficult times when you first start teaching to, the better times as it comes along. I think it was just a lot of reflection and just honestly gratitude for, my coworkers, the whole math team who, they make me look good every single day, and just the students at this school who, most of whom try really hard to work really hard and better themselves. They might say that they don't like the dad jokes a lot, but deep down it helps them remember the math. But I would say it's just I try to make sure I get to know each kid on an individual level, as much as I can. Figure out what motivates them, and then once you know what motivates somebody, you could figure out ways to keep them motivated throughout the entire school year. So, you just try to care about the people you work with, and the kids that you work with, and you want them to be better. I say this to new teachers all the time. Before students care about what you know, they need to know that you care. So just if you care about your students, if you put their well-being, their learning, their future goals, if you put all that stuff first, the teaching aspect of teaching takes care of itself. And then I would also say just go the extra mile for people when you can. Love your coworkers, love the people you're leading every single day. And again, generally you'll end up in a good place.
As we reflect on the qualities that define excellence in education, it's important to understand the reasons behind this nomination. We asked Ms. Kish what made her feel Mr. DeSimone was a strong candidate for Teacher of the Year, and following that, what stood out most about his work that truly set him apart.
So to be a strong candidate, you have to be a great team player, very collaborative, and put the school's interests really ahead of your own and be a hard worker. Mr. DeSimone met all of those qualities. So probably the thing that stood out the most about Mr. DeSimone is he's very data driven, and to make our school grow, he was able to identify those areas of need, really, that we worked on. So he played a big part on helping shape instructional strategies and moving us forward for the next year.
Behind every great educator is a circle of support and inspiration. To gain a deeper understanding of Mr. DeSimone's passion, character, and daily impact, we turn to two people who know him best. His wife, who sees his heart behind the work, and a fellow teacher who witnesses his dedication in action every single day.
Well, first he told me that he was nominated for being a Teacher of the Year, and I get so excited. I was like, wow, you really deserve this, because I know you work so hard with the kids. So when we found out he was actually the Teacher of the Year, I just got so happy, because everybody was just like, congratulations, and you deserve this. So it was amazing. I think he loves his job, and he loves the kids, and he always wants to help them and being better, and always giving the best.
When I came to the school 2 years ago, Mr. DeSimone was one of the first persons who made me feel welcome, explained the curriculum to me, and he's actually a very, very hands-on person. He won't ask you to do anything that he wouldn't do himself, and he's motivated me because he's a very dedicated maths teacher, and it has actually helped me to follow in his footsteps. Well, funny you should ask that. We do duties in the mornings, yeah, and we will be there greeting the kids on the way off the buses. You know what I mean? So he's somebody who would jump in the trenches with you. He wouldn't ask you to do anything that he wouldn't do himself. So he's a great motivator. I want a great leader. So I want to be like him when I grow up.
With a passion for education and a heart for his students, Mr. DeSimone continues to inspire excellence in both in and out of the classroom. As this year's Teacher of the Year, he's not just teaching lessons, he's shaping futures. Reporting for BBN News, I'm Wyatt Locker.
We now look at the last school year related Employee of the Year, who is the true backbone of our school.
So I believe Miss Rivera is deserving because she's here every morning with a smile on her face. She helps anyone that walks through her office. She's a problem solver. She thinks critically. She's fast on her feet. She's really here for everyone, which is super important.
I think I got Employee of the Year because I do tend to go above and beyond and care for others a lot and like to step up and do the best I can for everyone and myself.
So she always puts me first. She needs to put herself first sometimes. And anytime I need anything, she's always there for me, which is a great partner in crime.
I was shocked because I wasn't expecting it. I know there was someone else with me as well, so I was thinking that she was going to get it. I was very happy. It means that people do see you and what you do for everyone. And it's nice that sometimes you don't think you're recognized, but when you get it, you're like, wow.
Thank you for joining us today for Broncos News. I'm Elias.
And I'm Victoria. Have a great school year, Broncos.